For our next song, I'd like to welcome a very special guest, our resident AP literature teacher as well as resident storyteller, Mrs. Darla Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, please grasp your loved ones tightly to you. Keep them close, because this is the House of Untold Horrors. It was raining that night, as Willoughby's Wallaby walked slowly down memory lane. It was a light rain, a gentle rain, but just enough to send a chill down the spine. Willoughby's Wallaby walked along, listening to the sounds of the night. He heard an owl, a frog, a shark, and far, far away, the sound of a lonely violinist practicing scales. But suddenly, it started to rain harder. Yes, it was a heavy rain now. Willoughby's Wallaby quickened his pace, and as the wind started to blow in great gusts, he began to look frantically around for a place, any place, to seek shelter. Suddenly, he saw a house with a large porch and a light on its side. He climbed the steps up the porch. Finally, shelter from the rain. But not from the wind! That cruel, harsh wind, it seemed to rip away at his clothing as if it had chosen him, Willoughby's Wallaby, as its victim. Willoughby's Wallaby's heart started to beat faster. He knocked on the door. Slowly, the door opened. But no one was there. Wait, someone was there. Willoughby's Wallaby looked down, and there, standing before him, was a single, solitary, ghostly, white kitty! The kitty approached him. It rubbed itself against his leg and purred loudly as if to say, "Dare to enter this house, and you shall never leave alive." But for some reason, Willoughby's Wallaby found himself being drawn into that house, as if controlled by a greater force than he. Willoughby's Wallaby entered the house. He found himself being drawn from room to room as if guided by a ghostly presence that he could neither see nor feel. He entered a sort of library. There was a heavy, musty smell in the room. He heard the sound of scuttling rats. Through the dim light, he could make out the bookcases towering above him. Never before had he seen such tall bookcases. His eyes followed the bookcases all the way up to what seemed like an impossibly high ceiling. He heard from somewhere a clock striking 9. He felt himself being drawn into the kitchen. There were those scuttling rats again. And then he saw it. On the table, sitting right there on the table, just inches away from him. Oh, it was too horrible to picture. Yet picture we must. Yes, sitting right there on the table on a flowery china plate was a A cupcake! And on top of that cupcake was a sickly-looking orange frosting, and on top of that was a jelly bean! And it was, could it be? Yes, the jelly bean was licorice!